Okay. Can you guys hear me and see me okay? It was supposed to say Mike and Jen, but I guess it got cut off, so it just says Mike. And he will be in here in a second. He was just finishing his beast workout. I could hear Siggy yelling at him from here. But anyways, thank you so much, Kendra, for that introduction. That was awesome. And you are so near and dear to our heart, and I feel so blessed to know you. And I just think it's so cool that, you know, we're able to connect like this, and it's all just through this amazing family that has, you know, created over time and whatever. So I just think it's so cool, because how else would we have ever crossed paths? And now we get to, you know, continue to grow our friendship and share and help each other in so many different ways. So, oh, here's Mike too. So anyways, we are going to go ahead and get started, right?
Yeah, I heard Kendra in the other, while I was finishing up my workout in the other room talking about this couple, but I didn't think it was us, so I just continued to do my workout. But thank you for those very kind remarks, and I am so excited. Wow, 23 people so far. I'm so excited to have everyone on the call. So, what are we doing? All right, we got a PowerPoint here. Let's see. Normally we just kind of wing it, but since Kendra is teaching me how to be organized, I thought we would do a PowerPoint. Normally we would just kind of figure it out as we go. Yeah. So we are going to pretend we're organized. All right.
And Kendra would be proud, because we actually saved this like with a name that we would be able to find again in our Google Drive.
And we tag.
In a folder.
In a folder, and we use tags.
Yeah.
You know, so boom. So the point is, though, that you learn from everybody. Never think that you can't learn in this business. It was me, you know, Kendra's been reaching out to us, but I've been reaching out to her just as much. You guys have an amazing leader here, and I'm just so excited to continue our relationship. So let's dive right in. All right. So what we want to talk about is, how can you double or triple the size of your team? Right? That'd be fun. It is a great idea. We should all do that. So step number one is identify what makes up your team, or what makes up a team. Identify what goals you want to achieve. This is so big because one of the things that really rings true to me is how Scotty worked with Jennifer on the level that she wanted to work with. Scotty actually needed Jennifer to become a 2-star diamond coach. It was between her and one other coach for him to make 2-star. So obviously we know with 2-star you get the bonus pool and you get to open up a second business center. But what was interesting, we didn't find this out till, what, a year or so later after Jen became diamond, that was Scotty's goal. Jennifer's goal, as Kendra alluded to when we first started, you have this for accepting overages, right?
No.
Hold on, let me just make sure that we allow overages. Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. We just wanted to make sure if more than 25 people logged on, we can get them on. So we didn't find out until later that was Scotty's agenda. Jennifer wanted to get her nails done. Well, we all know that $40 a month in this business does not get the upline to a star diamond rank. But what was great is that Scotty never worked with Jennifer beyond the willingness of what she was going to do. She expressed what she wanted, and he did that +1, not +10. So he helped her to her vision and then added some nuggets beyond. So am I right on that?
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember my GSR call with him just as if it was yesterday, and I remember telling him about my nails. And, like, you know, don't get me wrong, he didn't really let me get away with having that as just my sole only goal ever. Otherwise, that's probably still where I would be. Like, he was like, okay, yes, that's where we are going to start. And then, you know, he prompted me to think a little bit bigger. Like, how would it feel to be able to fly down to Florida and visit with your family that lives there and things like that. But if Scotty would have been, you know, saying, hey, when are you going to be diamond? I need to get 2-star, and things like that, it would have really turned me off, and I would have been like, I have no idea what you're talking about. In fact, I even remember him asking me about Success Club, and I had no interest. I'm like, Success Club? I don't even know what that is. I'm not interested. So, but he worked with me on the level that I was currently at, like breadcrumbing the path to get me to want to dream bigger, I guess. Or,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what we have here is we always talk about, and that brings us into the segue of the dream big. We always talk about dream big goal. So the way that we determine, this is the way that we tell our team. We tell everyone to make a dream big goal. Like, what is the goal that's going to scare you? Like, your goals should put you out of your comfort zone. But the way that we break that down so it doesn't overwhelm you, or one thing that, we were very careful of, well, as a police officer, I was also a canine handler. And we always taught the dogs we never could put more on them than they were willing to handle. It's called exceeding the titration level. So we want to get you a goal that's going to scare you, but in a way that you can obtain it. So what I have come up with is I call it the dream big divided by 4. So let's say that you wanted to be a 2-star diamond by the end of next year. What I would tell you to do is you make your 2-star diamond, you put it up on your whiteboard or write it on the wall or whatever you want to do, and then divide that up into 4 quadrants. As you see here, I've got on step 3 is what's the goal that you want to be by summit? How about by the first quarter, which would be, what is it, April? April, first quarter. What about in the first month if you've got a dream big goal of 2-star by the end of the year? It's so much easier to make those goals kind of like a stepping stones to the big picture. It makes the big picture not so scary and gives you a measure of what you want to obtain. So I would say if I wanted to be a 2-star by the end of the year, by summit, I would at least want 2 people who want to be diamond. What we teach our coaches is you can in no way get to a star diamond level if you don't have coaches that want to be a diamond. You always can tell who wants to be what. You can judge your business by what your coaches want to be. So if you've got 3 coaches on your team and they're placed properly that want to be a diamond, you can essentially make a 3-star diamond goal based on that. So,
and then with the dream big divided by 4, the Beachbody calendar year is kind of set up to totally work with that because the first one would be like by the Success Club trip, second one would be by summit, third one would be by leadership, fourth one would be end of year. So Beachbody is so strategically
what a coincidence.
Mapped it out that way.
All right. So more coaches equals a bigger team. You can tell I have like a lot of education. If you want a bigger team, you need more coaches. If your goal is to grow your team and build a solid emerald or diamond business center, you need to be adding coaches to your team. Right? Does your Success Club batch your coaches? For example, if you were to say that you have 6 Success Club points for this month, how many coaches would you say you have out of those 6 Success Club points? Right? Right. Anything you want to add to that? Okay. Here's the thing, and this is what we're going to get into the crust of the call. This is going to be how Jennifer and I sign coaches up. Everyone's got different methods or several methods on signing coaches up. Some people will sign challengers up, and during the challenge, they will convince them to be a coach. Others will sign them up as a coach from the beginning. Other people, I think those are pretty much the only 2 options, right?
Right, like you'll sign someone up with a challenge pack and then, cross your fingers that they just love Shakeology so much that they want to go onto the website, sign up for the $40, wait for the refund of the $40, and it's a bunch of extra steps. So that's one way. Or the second way is that they sign up as a coach
from the beginning
for either the discount or if they want to be a business builder off the bat.
Sure.
Like Kendra.
Right. Understand that Beachbody, understand when they're looking to buy a program, let's say that they've decided, okay, I'm going to do P90. That's the new one. I'm going to do P90. Understand their options. Don't ever stop thinking about this. This will help get your confidence level to a higher rank. Understand that when they decide, I am doing P90, they can go to beachbody.com. They can call an 800 number. Well, Beachbody's 800 number. They can go to eBay, Craigslist, Amazon, DVD burners, friends and family. All of these options are available to them. But they know which, if they're talking to you, they've already assumed that you are the better option out of all of those. And most of the time, you're the most expensive option out of all of those. more value in the long run and more of a discount, but definitely a higher cost dollar-wise. If you were to compare a challenge pack to buying just P90 off of Amazon, it would be a higher dollar amount. So your customers and challengers are already trusting you to give them the best option possible. Also, just so you know, we're going to have a question and answer at the end of this. So if you do have any questions as we go along, we will answer them, or please feel free. I do. So anyways, yes, I want to make sure I let you know that. So your customers are already customers are already trusting you. So don't think that you're in a higher degree of losing them because they're already speaking with you. They know what other options are out there. So what's the best plan?
But back to that.
Oh, back to that.
Because your slide said that they will sign up the way you tell them to. Right. So if you think back to when you signed up, and this is one of Mike's favorite lines, think about how you got.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot to tell that one.
Yeah.
I love that line.
And, like when I think about when I signed up, like I didn't really, well, they didn't have challenge packs yet then, but I just did what Scotty told me to do. He said, this is the link you go to, you got to fill this out, you got to get Shakeology. And that's just what I did. I actually had no intention of wanting to stay on Shakeology. I was just told that's what I needed to do to sign up, so that's what I did. And I think if you guys think back to when you signed up, you'll think about, your coach and what they told you. Maybe they gave you options, or maybe they just said, this is the way, this is what you do.
Right. That's a very good point. It takes away from a slide down the road, but it's a good point.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I got you. So what's the best plan? If we know your goal is to add more coaches and grow your team, if you want to grow, yeah, I know we're kind of like those two old people on the Muppets. We just kind of sit up and talk to each other. I'm sorry, squirrel shiny thing. If you know your goal and your goal is to add more people to your team, now we know it's cheaper to be on Shakeology as a member over being a customer. So it would seem that the best method for everyone is to become a member, right? Our number one goal is to give our people the best value. What do you think on that?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you get as a member of being in Club Team Beachbody?
Oh, you get a challenge pack. You get an entrance into your private challenge group that your coach is hosting. Reduced shipping down to $2. No $40 fee. 25% off all Beachbody products. No cancellation fee, and access to the member-only team pages. Now, this isn't new information.
Right.
You guys know this already, but it's just the way that you deliver this information to your new coach.
Correct. Now, some may be saying, well, any challenge pack, you get $2 shipping. Well, I can tell you that many different airports will also get you to the same location. I can probably drive down to Fort Lauderdale and fly out to Vegas. It doesn't mean that I need to bring up all the different airports. It means that my job as the travel agent would be to tell you the best airport to fly out of. So I'm telling you that as a member, you get reduced shipping to $2. You also get your membership fee waived right then and there. So essentially your cost to sign up your members at square one is $0. There's no additional money. It costs that person no extra money from day one to sign up. Now, what it does do is it makes it extra steps down the road if you want to sign them up as a coach later. So, when we talk about our 25% savings, trust me, we are quick to bring up, especially this time of the year. Hey, in December, we've got another new product launch. February, another new product launch. And we let them know that their membership fee is good for all of that. Okay? So that's one way to make sure that they understand, right? Do you have anything to add on to that? And then obviously we talk about our member-only team pages. Kendra's page is obviously not available to challengers. Fit for Life is not available to challengers. It's available to coaches or members. Discount, business, whatever it is, they're available on that page. So that's another added level that they get. All right, let's see. Now, no peeking. All right. if they don't want to be a coach, right? I mean, because here's what we do. We don't call it coaching, okay? Now, of course, it is coaching. We have a great call where I have a video out there that refers to different kinds of memberships. And you can check everything out on JennGreenberg's on our YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe. It's a shameless plug for your YouTube channel. But she does really good work. We call it a membership. So we relate it to like a Sam's Club or a Costco membership or something of that nature.
GNC Gold Card.
A GNC Gold Card. Something that her people would relate to, and they'd be like, oh, okay. So, because one of the things that I always tell people, Jen actually would have signed up probably 2 weeks earlier if it wasn't for that word coach. When Jennifer pitched it to me, if you've watched our unsupportive spouse video, I was dead set against this. And then on top of it all, she said she was going to sign up as a coach. And I'm thinking, what the heck is this woman going to coach? She is so quiet. Who is going to listen to her? You know, I mean, she's always been one to always say that she's overlooked in a crowd, and she's like, oh, it's not coaching. It's just what they call it. And I said, it says coaching. So I'm like, no, it says coach. And being a cop, I'm very literal.
I still have to correct him about what the actual definition of a coach is. Like sometimes if there's something really heavy that he wants me to lift, and I'm like, I can't lift that. And he's like, what do you mean, coach? And I'm like, just because I'm a coach doesn't mean that I'm like really strong.
Well, 4 years later, it should mean that. But either way, it's what I do. I always say, okay, coach, come on this way. Or if she's falling behind in the run, I'm like, come on, coach. Coach, where are you at? Aren't you supposed to be in the front? So either way, but my point is, though, that terminology coach, it says, well, that's what they call their membership. And I said, okay, so why didn't they just call it membership? So from that point on, that's what we call it. We call it a membership. Obviously, if let's say they have a junior space station down in Nassau, that's my favorite example to use, and you can actually become like a junior astronaut. It doesn't mean that you're actually going to be on the next flight to the moon. Or if you sign up for the NASCAR membership, it doesn't mean that you're in the next Daytona 500. It's just what they call their memberships. So that's kind of what we tell people. It takes the edge off of the word coaching. And we address it right from the start. Coming from the sales, if you don't know, I didn't know if Kendra brought it up, but one of my claims, the reason why I know a lot about business is I actually went to the very top of Century 21. I was one of the nationally acclaimed realtors, selling over $10 million in real estate a month. So I know a little bit about terminology and how to address things. One of the reasons why I feel I was so successful as a realtor is because I just address things right up front. I like to address the elephant in the room long before the elephant even walks in. So tell them what they're going to see. We do not send people any other link besides the coach link. So I tell them what they're getting. I tell them right from the start, hey, I'm going to send you this link. It's going to call it a coach. It's what Beachbody calls its discount membership. Go ahead, fill it out. You're going to see a $40 charge. And just say okay to the $40 charge. Goodness, I'm popular. They're going to give a $40 charge. Don't worry about that. On the next page, when you choose your challenge pack, the $40 charge is going to be waived. Boom. That's it. It's done. I've addressed it before they get to it. Okay, you're going to see 40. The 40 is going to get waived. That way, when they see $40, they're like, oh, I remember this. He told me about this. So, done. Let's see. Membership option best for them. Yep. So, one of the concerns is people will say, I will have more inactives. Okay. So, statistics show an average coach stays on Shakeology 4.7 months before canceling. This is your person that's going to sign up and say, all right, from this point forward, I'm eating a healthy lifestyle every day. That average is about 4.5 months, unfortunately. So, however, the average customer stays on Shakeology for 2 months or under. So, do you have anything to add on those?
Well, I mean, just from being a coach for 3.5 years, I can definitely say that's pretty accurate, I would say. And that's another reason why that you like signing them up as a coach, because I feel more comfortable that they're going to actually stay on Shakeology longer and stay connected to their fitness program longer. So even aside from my own business goals, I just think it's a better win-win situation.
Right. Also, we teach the net gain approach, as I'm sure some of you read ahead. If you started the month with 5 active coaches and you got Success Club 6, which for us would equal 3 new coaches, and one of those coaches went inactive from the previous month, you would still have a net gain of 2 coaches in your organization. Okay, so you'd be going into the next month with 7 coaches. So as long as you're continually to add into your network, you'll always have a net gain. Now, what's awesome is inactives can go back active. They don't always cancel, and that's okay. They may say, "Well, I'm good for right now." Rest assured, I don't know if everyone here is new or seasoned, but I can promise you one complaint I have never heard from Beachbody is they had a hard time canceling their Shakeology order. If anything, I think it's too easy. We've had people send back 3 or 4 bags, and they're like, "Okay, let me give you all your money back."
Yeah.
It's like a Shakeology savings account. You know?
Yeah.
So,
and the cool thing is, when you have a member who is inactive, it's a lot easier to get them re-engaged. Like, with a new product launch, you can reach out to them and say, "Hey, Insanity Max 30 is coming out. I think this would be a great time for you to get plugged back in," because stuff happens and life gets in the way or whatever. But if they're already set up with an account, you can tell them that they can get back in. They already get 25% off. It's just a lot easier to ease them back into what we're doing.
Right, exactly. So, and you'll find it's very, because their discount will still be in place. Hey, Insanity Max 30 is coming out. You get 30% or 25% off of this program. I'm doing a beta test group. Even though you may not be able to get another challenge pack, I would love to have you in my test group. Why don't we hop on and join? And you'll find that so many more people will be like, "Oh, my discount, I forgot all about that." Like sometimes we'll be driving by the other day, case in point, the other day we were driving by Sam's. I don't use my Sam's membership that much, but we pay for it. We pay for it religiously. And we were having a problem in the batteries in the RV. And we were going to go get them replaced. It was going to be about $600 to get the batteries replaced. We're driving by Sam's, and I look over at Jennifer and I say, "Hey, we have a membership there. Let's go check them out first." I walk inside, those same batteries that are $600 at Camping World, we bought out the door for $200 at Sam's Club. I had that membership. I paid for the membership. I don't always use it, but I remembered that I had it when I needed it. And I was excited to, and I'll continue to pay. And I don't know if at the end of the day I make money or I lose money. I don't know. But I know that I like having it. I like being in the club. So, and that's kind of how we pitch Beachbody too. It's a club. We're excited. We're happy about it. Right?
Right.
All right. So, who are your business builders? I love this question. I hate it when our coaches call us up and say, "Oh my God, I have no business builders." And I'm like, "Oh my Lord, what is a business builder?"
Which one has that accent? Or did you just make that one up?
I don't know. I forgot. I was in the moment. And so the majority of your business builders had no idea that they had a business opportunity existed. Jen already said that she didn't. She's like, "What business?" Right? She wanted to. No, you.
Oh.
You had no idea originally when you signed up with the product, when you were on results and recovery and all that. You didn't know there was a business, right? So you had no idea. Out of the people here, how many people in here, when they signed up to be a coach, did not know that there was a business attached to this when they signed up to be a coach? If you didn't know, if you did, that's fine. But if you didn't know that there was actually an MLM way to make a lot of money, go ahead and just key up. So then we talk about the best business builders were nothing more than discount coaches first. And then I give examples here from Fit for Life. JennGreenberg, Nicole Cabe, if you don't know, is a 3-star diamond coach in our organization. Jenna, she is a 10-star diamond coach in our organization. Sharon Nath, soon to be 2-star. Caitlin Lesk, 2-star. Out of all of these are 27 combined downline diamonds between these. not counting their downline. Several of their downline coaches are also Star Diamond coaches. These are all coaches that had no idea that a business side of this company existed. And even if they did, let's say Jennifer even had a remote idea, she didn't care. She didn't really think it was going to pan out for her. She definitely didn't believe that she would be retired several years later. So never, ever, never prejudge someone that is what someone is going to be. You could be robbing your family of well over a 6-figure income. As I say below here, if Scotty Hobbs had told Jennifer, if he didn't tell her that she needed to be a member, and basically Jennifer's team is responsible for about 50,000 team volume weekly for him. That's what signing someone up as a member could mean. She signed up as a coach with Shakeology because that's what Scotty told her to do. That's all she knew at that point. She knew nothing else, right?
Right, exactly. And I always give an example about not prejudging people as well when it comes to Scotty's story because, and I'm sure you guys know about his story, how he started out, had no money. And, you know, when you're inviting people to join in this journey with you, Scotty on paper at that time did not seem like someone I probably would have even given my time to because he was living like worse than paycheck to paycheck. They had literally no money. So he didn't really seem like the kind of guy that would like fork over $150 to sign up.
He didn't even have internet.
Right. So, but look at him now, you know, and so it just goes to show you really can't prejudge anybody. And, you know, like those coaches that Mike mentioned that are in our downline, that are multi-star diamonds, that started off as a discount, like Jenna DeStefano is one that we bring up a lot. And I think she may have even been on your team call before, but she flat out told me that she's going to get in shape for her wedding and then she's canceling as soon as her wedding is over.
Well, she wasn't going to cancel. She didn't know there was a coach thing. Jen says, okay, here's the link.
Yeah, and it took me a year to get her to sign up too. So
that's a good point. In fact, when we did her team call, we made sure that we showed that Jennifer reached out to her for over a year. And it was always, I don't know, or something. It wasn't bad excuses. She was always very polite, and they were working a great forming relationship.
Her excuse was that she was a gym rat.
And she was.
Yeah.
And her husband was, and is.
Yeah, they still both are.
Oh, yeah, they still both are, but it just shows that you can do more than one. So this is something that we really want you to keep in mind. As I see several people said they were in this just for a discount. When someone calls us up and says, hey, I'm going to be a business builder, I'm going to be diamond, I get really scared. Now, can it work out? Sure. I know Ken you signed up for the business, and I know we have a couple people on our team that signed up for the business. But usually, those people that sign up for the business don't end up working it. Because they say if they sign up strictly for a business, money may be their number one factor. Maybe. And I'm not, if you're on this call or you're listening to it and you sign up for the business and you have your heart in the right place, I'm not talking about you at all. Because there are plenty of people like me, I'm in it for the business, but because I love helping people. So anyway, so that is something to consider. So be very careful when you're thinking, oh, this person's not going to be a business builder. So, because I can promise you, if we would have just let Jenna sign up as a challenge pack, it would have been a quick 2 points. We would have made, what, $50? And it would have ended there.
Right.
It would have ended there for both of us, probably. So, here are some important dates to remember. We are now agreed that we are going to sign up all of our future customers as members.
Right. You can just totally delete the whole section in coaching codes that gives you the specific challenge pack links. Don't use those. Send people the coach link right off the bat.
Yeah. I don't know when the last time we sent a challenge pack link.
Yeah. I had one random person that was like, I'm not going to sign up as a coach, and I didn't even bring it up. She was so, I don't know, she already had something in her mind about it. So in those cases, I mean, there's always exceptions.
So one in what, 8 months?
Yeah.
So essentially, one name, we've never, ever had one complaint. But I will tell you that before, when we were starting to do these things and we were like, hey, okay, let's send you the challenge pack link. Or there's this other option of being a coach. And they would always say, no, I'm good for right now.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, hey, you can sign up as a coach, and they're like, no. If you give them 2 options, they're always going to go for what feels like the easier option. You know what I mean? Because now you're adding on. The other reason why we love signing people up as members first is because now we can actually really work with them in their challenge group. And then when we start to see results and they start posting and doing all those things that challengers like to do, we message them and we say, hey, you're doing a great job. You should post this on your wall. They post it on their wall. They get a little bit of interested parties. We say, hey, why don't you send that guy a message and say, well, you're doing great, etc. I saw you like my post. Would you like to be in my Upline's Next Challenge group? They get a little response going, and then we tell them, the membership that you're signed up for, you can actually make some residual income. And we start to build onto their belief. We start to build onto their belief as we start to see them having it on their own. So instead of us having this back-mind agenda that we've got 30 days, or it used to be 30 days, but back-mind agenda, we have 30 days to sign them up as a we're in our challenge group and we really want to become a coach. The way that I said back in my original example is if my intentions is to sign them up as a coach, let's just knock that out of the park in the first place so we don't have to revisit this a little bit while later.
Yeah.
So dates to remember, 15 days after they sign up a membership. I talk about the club membership. I've got another script. I sent that to Kendra as well. I don't really like the club membership. Sorry, Beachbody Carl, if you're watching this. First, thank you for watching. Second, I don't like the club membership. I don't think that it's necessary, and I don't like the free trial because we tell people it's going to be cheaper, and then on their first month as a coach, they have 3 charges. They've got their $15.95, their Shakeology, and this club membership. There goes the cheaper.
Right.
So what we do is 15 days into it, we send them a pre-made script, and it's real easy. And we say, hey, just so you know, when you got this challenge pack and you signed up to be a member, it came with 30 days free club membership. You do not need this. They are going to charge you in another 15 days. I am a club member. Anything that it has on there, I'm already sharing with you in my challenge group. I have this information. You don't need it right now. There's no sense in saving this money. I have it. I pay for it. Let me give you the information that's in there. And then I give them the email. I tell them who to send it to Coach Relations. And they don't have to call anyone. They just send an email. And we pre-do it for them. This really adds a huge level of trust for them because now they just have one more belief, and we've proven that we have their best intentions at heart because we actually lose a little bit of money on the club membership, right? Don't we make commission like 15 PV or something like TV? I mean, we make money. Yeah, we make money on the club membership. So we actually have their best interests at hand. So it really helps add that level of trust. 25 days as a member. If there's someone that really, no, that's every quarter you get charged $40, isn't it? $39.95 or
yeah.
That's that club membership. So on the 25th day, we always tell them their Shakeology. If they look like they're inactive and they look like they're going to stay on, we don't bring it up to everybody. But if it's somebody who really did not have enough money or said they had a lot of money objections, we'll bring it up to them. We'll say, hey, just so you know, your Shakeology order is getting ready to process. If they're going to return it, they're going to return it. I would rather counter that up front.
Yeah, because I don't know about you guys, but it seems like, me personally and a lot of people I know, we've all kind of been like screwed over by some kind of like mail order or internet product that you bought.
Like CDs for a penny?
Yeah, or like the mineral makeup or this or Proactive. Like every time I looked at my credit card bill, there was another shipment. I'm like, what is this? Like all the time. So,
the book of the month club, like the book of the week, it's like, who reads all these?
And so, even if even if that is actually what you're supposed to be getting, I really think some of those are scams. But, they just kind of leave a bad taste in your mouth. So that's why we just like to put it out there and just give them that reminder so that they know it's just a heads up. And then, sometimes they'll say, okay, good, I am almost out, which is what we want them to say.
Right.
Or, they might say, oh, well, let me get my finances or whatever. It just kind of lets them know, gives them a heads up so they're not surprised.
And then we can also tell them this is a great opportunity for them to tell Beachbody, hey, why don't you just postpone my Shakeology order for a couple months? I think they automatically ask, right? Like 2 months?
Yeah, well, there's a form that they can just fill out. They don't even have to do anything.
And so they can fill that out. Now obviously this happens rarely, but I'd so much rather this than something at least you'll know who these people are.
Yeah.
That you need to contact and let them know. You don't want to slip anything by them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Our goal is to be upfront and honest. You will reap what you sow. So that's kind of the bottom line on this. So, like I said, this is 2 solid additional moments to engage with your new member and build a lot of trust versus the other way of getting the challenge pack, getting them in the group, and then having another element of selling. Which is what you have to do because you have to add coaches. Remember, the original goal is to make diamond or star diamond or whatever. So you got to get them to a coach. So now you're on them one more time. Here comes Jennifer. What does she want from me now? Oh my gosh, you got to be a coach. I know, coach, got it. So, but she got everything she wanted from them up front. Now she's just helping them build what they already have. Now she's bought them. Now they basically got their Ferrari. She's teaching them how to drive it. So not too many people go to return it. What needs to remember? Okay, we've only got a couple more slides left, so stick with us. We are going good. We'll have some time for some questions. Walk them through it. This is big. This is one of the things that I was actually talking to Nicole and Jenny on our call tonight. She said that she added this part of it. I think I told her. But she said that the whole thing with the script, if you can be on the phone or on a chat screen while they're signing up, that's better, obviously. So do that. If they have any questions. The key is, and this is a very common mistake, especially for newer coaches, while they're signing up, don't be on the phone with them going, you're going to love it, we're going to have so much fun, blah, 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 because you can talk yourself right out of that sale. It's just stay quiet and wait for them to ask questions.
Yeah.
Someone like me, who likes to talk, I'll just sit there and just talk the whole time, as they're trying to read. Because I'm always afraid they're going to read something that's going to give them the back out. So anyways, be on the phone with them. Be present if you can be. Some of the hang-ups that you might have is maybe the social security number, Shakeology flavor, program selection. As many of these questions as you can answer beforehand, the better. In that script that I gave Kendra, I always tell them when in that I give the spot for them to include what challenge pack we talked about. Like let's say you're doing 21-day fix, I'll say, all right, go ahead and sign up to be a member. You'll see a $40 charge. Don't worry about that. It's covered on the next screen. Now remember, you and me discussed 21-day fix. I think this is the best fix for you. Scroll down until you find 21-day fix. It's under the $160 section. Choose this challenge pack and you'll see the $40 waived. So that really helps people with that. So anyways, right. So that is that. Yeah, people are going to, silent depends. If you know that they're reading, it's okay to be quiet. You know what I mean? Don't sit there and just be silent. If they're reading over some of the FAQs, they may ask. What I'm talking about is like a constant banter, like I would do. So, anyways, I'm speaking a lot to myself on there, because that's one of the issues that I've had in feedback.
Or what I kind of do, I don't think it should be complete silence, but I just kind of walk them through what they should be seeing. So if I know that they're on the screen where they have to enter their address and all that, I'll say, so you should be on a screen that's going to ask you for your name, your address, this and that. So just go ahead and fill that information and then let me know when you get to the next screen. And then they get to the next screen and then, we just kind of go from there like that.
All right, let's see. And all right, here we go. Your worst nightmare. Your new coaches will get hung up on what you're already afraid they will. Now this right here, I'm sure a lot of you don't know who this is, but this is the Jabberwocky from Alice in Wonderland, okay, the movie. It was one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid, and I remember this so profoundly because what the Jabberwocky was, it was your fear. And basically whatever you were afraid of is what was going to come to pass. Another great example would be from Ghostbusters, when they choose the destructor at the end of the world, and that's when the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man comes through. So when you're thinking of things, you have to make sure that you feel very confident. You have a great programs you're offering. Like I told you, there's so many other avenues that they could go to. They know what they are. They know eBay's there. They know Amazon's there. They're choosing you. So they're already trusting you're going to tell them what the right thing is. You are not going to get hung up on you're not going to get hung up on people signing up as a coach. Is it Shakeology? Are you afraid they're going to say the shake's too much? Is it the membership? Try to understand that you've got a great thing going on, and you don't need to be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the $15, $15.95 fee. It's still cheaper in the long run. It is cheaper to be a member than it is to be a customer. You actually make less money on that person potentially as a member. As a customer, they guarantee, what, $30? As a member, you get a cycle.
Right.
So, but however, that cycle could turn into a whole ton of cycles. So that's exactly what it is. It's a double down event. Did you have anything on that?
Well, it's basically, I forget, it's not the law of attraction, but it's one of the laws that basically, like, what you think about is what's going to become. And so, like, if you're talking to somebody and bringing up the coach thing and you're like, oh, I know they're going to bring up the social security number. This person is just a freak about identity theft and they're just not going to want to put in a social. That's probably what's going to happen. And, but that's why you just have to know that you have something great and there is nothing to be afraid about. And, that's how it was for me anyway. It's like I always used to think that the social was going to be an issue. And every time I did get hung up about it, they would get hung up about it. And now I don't worry about it. And it doesn't ever come up for me as an objection anymore.
You know, it was funny, before when we did think about it, it was the first thing that came up. Yeah. Hey, would you like a social security number? What? You know? Hey, no, it's social security number. Wait a minute. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what happened. You know what I mean? Hey, no, I'm not drinking that shake. But you get free in the day package, you know? That's the kind of things that the way it was happening, you know? But as soon as we figured out that, you know what, it doesn't matter. So what? You're not giving us your social security number. You're putting it in the dang thing, you know? It's in case you make money. Right. In this business, you're going to get a 1099. That's it. Right. You don't plan on making money, don't worry about it, you know? Yeah. So, anyways, that is, I believe that. Wow, look at that. We made it. 12 minutes ahead of schedule. Questions and answers. Well, no, you give a question and I'll give an answer.
Whether it's the correct answer, we don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so isn't this usually the part in the script where we pick up a sheet, act like someone wrote us an email? John from Maryland, what does it say?
It doesn't say anything. No. But I swear that's what some of those YouTube videos.
So Jessica from Maryland says, no. If anyone...
when to address the $15.95 cost. That's on the screen, not on the iPad.
No. I don't know if we do. Do we? Do we address the $15.95? We tell them it's a membership fee. Up front. I don't know. You tell them. You have more coaches than I do. I just train yours.
Yeah. I don't really bring it up on its own. I mean, because when they're signing up, it's pretty clear when they check the confirm box that fee is going to be there.
Right.
But then around the 15-day mark, the club membership, and then when we talk about the Shakeology that's coming up, I do bring it up then and say your membership fee and the Shakeology is going to be coming on such and such date. And most times, nothing else is ever said about it. But if they do say, oh, what's that $15.95? Then I'll just say, that's the membership fee. That's what makes your Shakeology 25% cheaper. So even with the membership, it comes out cheaper than having to pay full price. And that's pretty much the end of it.
The other thing that we do is we always tell them, even if they don't think they're going to be on Shakeology long term, we tell them that, while you're in our challenge, you really need to give it all. You're trusting me to be your coach. You need to be on Shakeology. If you're going to do 2 rounds of 21-day fix with me, give me the 2 months. Basically, I'm asking for a total investment of what, $260 to get you into the best shape of your life. That's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for 60 days and $260. We tell them up front, that's what you're looking at. Those are your costs.
Okay. Do you welcome them to your team page and PS and introduce them?
That is a great question. Yes. Thank you, Kendra from MD.
Yes. And you know what? I have tested both ways. When I first started, I was putting everybody into my team page and treating them all as equals, and that's how my discount coaches blossomed into amazing Star Diamond coaches. And then I don't know why my mindset changed, but at some point last year, I stopped putting them into I know what the change was. So I stopped putting them into my large team page because my page just got so big. And, it's kind of like, on Team Dynasty or Bombshell Dynasty when there's just constant posts and everything. And I was like, well, I don't want to put my discount people in there and overwhelm them. And so I stopped doing that. And then I stopped having that effect of people getting inspired to learn more about the business. So now I have gone back to adding them into both my PS and my team page. And when I introduce them onto my large team page, I basically just say, hey, everybody, this is my new coach. I won't say coach. I may or may not. This is my new coach, Mike. He's going to be getting started with Body Beast. I'm so excited to be a part of his journey with this program. I know so many of you guys in here have done Body Beast and have had great results. Please welcome him and make sure you connect with him or, something like that.
Yeah.
So I just kind of bring up their name, what they're getting started with, and that we're excited to be a part of his journey.
And then everyone says welcome, and that's pretty much the end of it. We tell people all the time, using Jenna as once again an example, the reason why she got inspired to do the business is because she was in the group. Mm-hmm. And she messaged Jen about the time when she was supposed to be getting out, and she says, hey, what are you doing? And Jennifer said, well, this is what I do. And what'd she say? She's like, that's it.
I can do that.
I can do that.
Yeah.
And then she did it. That was it.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? It can go both ways. I would rather them see what they have versus what they don't. We've heard other coaches about making them go through coach basics and all these and that. Remember, our belief is that the best coaches are discount coaches. Our belief is the best coach, your best coach, does not understand that there's a business out there. That's what we believe the best coaches. They are great coaches, but we believe the best ones are ones that did not sign up for a business only. Unless, of course, they had a great transformation as a customer. We have one coach, she's lost 100 pounds on Beachbody products. So obviously when she signed up, it was for the business, but she had previously lost weight and already was a believer in the programs. Do you send a welcome email to coaching or anything like that? Do you have a phone call?
Yes, we do send a welcome email, and it has like a Google form type thing. And based on their responses, I can get a better idea of what they know, what they might be interested in, that kind of thing. Like it gives a question like, do you want to be in my next Coach Basics group? What are your goals? Just basic things like that kind of give me a better understanding. And a lot of times somebody who I pegged as just going to be a short-term discount coach type person, sometimes they surprise me in that questionnaire when they are interested in learning more.
One of the other things too about that is it gives us an opportunity to, we ask them usually about a week or two later, we ask them what they think about the big group. Like, hey, what do you think of Fit for Life? You know, are you learning anything? Did you see anything? And of course, usually they'll always respond with, wow, it's overwhelming. And we can just talk about it. It gives us an opportunity to talk about what they're seeing. So I think for me, that helps. Let's see. I don't know if does anyone else have any other questions besides anything specifically related to just signing up coaches instead of challengers? We still have 4 minutes left. So, because I know that Kendra has probably got a timer and that exactly at 10 o'clock is going to buzz and shut off the call. So... So, because I heard her say that she starts on time. It's funny, we purposely start ours late. You know, we're usually like at 9.
What song is on.
Right. We actually start our based on what song is playing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's how we started today too. It just worked out that it was 9 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah.
She turned into a witch. That's not okay.
Did you see my coffee cup? Oh wait.
Oh my Lord!
Where is it?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're derailing. Okay. Anyway, so thank you guys very much for your time. I appreciate you tuning in on a Tuesday to listen to this. I know some of it was short notice. And, you know, obviously, if you have any more questions, feel free to message Kendra. I talk to her several times a week lately. And so I'm looking forward to that. Also, a little plug. Kendra is going to be speaking on Fit for Life. Hopefully I was able to tell everyone that because I've done it now. And so that is next Monday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern. She will be talking on our call. We're excited to have her on. And so obviously everyone is invited to join in and see your upline rock star in action. I know we've got a lot of people that are excited to hear her speak.
Yeah,
she works their pumped up. So,
how do you approach challengers that are afraid of putting themselves out there?
Do you mean like in the challenge group or publicly?
Well, if you mean publicly, then sometimes I'll just do it for them. Like I will make a post, maybe like a pic collage type thing where I have a picture of a few people that are in the challenge group, and I'll say, oh, my P90 challenge group is totally rocking it. You know, Mike has already lost 5 pounds, Kendra has lost 10 pounds, and everyone has seen increased energy or whatever. And then I'll tag them. So then, like, you know, secretly it's now on their wall.
Right. And then it just molds them into, now they're getting inspired. Now they're getting affirmation from their friends and their family. It's completely not business related. During the challenge, we're really just talking about them and their journey. I mean, that's step one. I mean, step one is their journey. They're just basically, if you think about it in a business aspect, they're forming their Facebook friends list.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they just don't know they're doing it yet.
And a lot of times, because I mean, I'm a shy person, and a lot of times it's a lot easier and more comfortable for somebody else to bring up a subject that you might be nervous about sharing. So, like, even, for example, with tonight's call, when Kendra, she opened the call by giving the info about Mike and I or whatever, I would never have said all of those things. Like, I wouldn't have gone over our stats. You know, I would have been, like, shy to do that. But because Kendra did it, then I felt comfortable. So it's kind of the same thing, like, where, like, if a challenger doesn't want to put it out there on their Facebook wall that they're even doing a challenge or that they've lost weight. But when you spotlight them, then they're like, oh yeah, that's me. I did lose 10 pounds. Woo, woo, you know? So because somebody else brought it up, it kind of takes the spotlight off of them, but it's still on them.
Exactly. And one of the things we do when people are asking about they want to show success first, we tell people all the time, you are going to get so much more interaction between your friends and family while you're on your journey, not as the finished product. If you wait until you look like a Melissa McAllister, you're not going to seem approachable. You know what I mean? I think she has an 8-pack ab, you know, and absolutely just gorgeous and phenomenal. But it's not something that a lot of people can relate to unless you're already fit and healthy. So if you're somebody that's, I love the people that post at 20, 30, 40 pounds. So your job as the upline coach is to encourage them that, hey, you're going to get so many more people wanting to join you on your journey than you coaching them on their journey. I know that if you were to say, hey, you and me are going to do this together, we are going to lose 10 pounds together. We are going to minimize our fast food intake. We're going to minimize the amount of turkey we eat for the holiday season. I would so much rather get involved with that or somebody that looks completely done and just doesn't look like they're going to take any kind of nonsense from me. And I would have a hard time relating with that. Yeah. The guy that says, hey, I'm going to start this. I'm probably going to halfway fail and I'm going to need you to help pick me up. Will you join my team? That's the guy that I'm going to sign with. Yeah. That's what I need. I need that guy. You know what I mean? I need the guy that says, buddy, I'm going to fail, but with you with me, I might fail less. That's the coach that signs a ton of people. Mm-hmm. Because once you become big and bad, it is so hard as we go along. It's harder and harder for Jennifer to give success stories. When we used to show us paying a little bit extra on our credit card statement, we would get 1 million likes. Now, when we talk about some of the other things, now that we're at a little better level of success, it's harder to reach some people. Like, you may not be inspired by us paying off our house because that doesn't sound like it's you. It can be you, and it will be you if you stick with it, but it doesn't sound relatable. But making an extra payment on your credit card this month, well, I got that. So that's a huge difference. So that's how. So stay modest. We do.
Yeah, and it just kind of depends on your audience too.
I don't remember the last time we made an income post. You know, I just know that we say things like, "Thank God because of Beachbody, we went into the hospital with Mikey for a week, and thank God we're gonna have the money to pay the bill." It's implied. We know what we're talking about. They know what we're talking about, but they can relate to that event happening in their life. Thank God the batteries in the RV, it was still $200. Thank God because of Beachbody, I had the money to pay for it. So, anyways, that's that. That's how you need to tell your coaches. Tell them, go ahead, and the worse the journey is.
There was one other question. I got lost up there. But it was someone that said, like, a few potential coaches, but they want to wait until. Oh, okay. But here's one thing that I wanted to add to that. So one thing is just think about how much you have changed since being a part of this, because somebody reached out to you and personally invited you to join this family. Just like I said in the beginning of the call, how it's so awesome that Kendra and Mike and I are like connected, and it's because of this amazing network. And so when I have coaches that are reluctant to get started, I just remind them of how they feel. And you can't, like, why would you want to withhold that option for other people? So even though they may not think that they have results that are worthy of showing or whatever, I just remind them, you're withholding that opportunity for someone to be a part of something so great. So don't do that.
That's it. Good deal. Thank you, guys. All right, with that, we're going to call it a day, and we're going to turn it back over to Miss Kendra. How do I do that?
Stop.